Hey guys, it's Desiree. I actually found a spot in my house where I can do live videos, so I am super excited about that. Um, I just had some thoughts I wanted to share after my car accident yesterday. So, in case you didn't see my post about it, um, I was I was stopped on highway traffic and the cars behind me were going way too fast, and one swerved onto two wheels and several piled up behind me and hit me. They hit each other, and then the one who was causing all the problems, he went up on two wheels and he actually like landed on the back side of my car, and my sweet 9-year-old was sitting right there. So my first reaction was checking on her and getting pulled over safely. And she was so fine. We were so lucky that we didn't even feel a jolt forward because we didn't actually get hit. We got landed on. And if the car had landed any more, maybe a few inches over, it would have crushed on her in the window and stuff. But it didn't. It just was the back corner of my trunk. It just landed there. So, just super, super, super thankful that no one got hurt. None of the other cars got hurt. We didn't get hurt. And so we pulled over to safety and sort of got out and looked around, and we had an officer come, and he sort of reconstructed the accident, talked to everybody, and figured out what happened. And the person who landed on me and hit me, and the person who really caused the entire issue, they fled. And while we were all trying to get over to safety, we didn't even realize this person took off on us. So none of us actually tried to get any information or anything like that. So once the officer concluded that, and the kids heard me say, "Oh man, so it's a hit and run, so I'm going to be responsible for fixing my car and paying for the damages." My son and my daughter, my son who's 15, he's in the front seat, really got angry. I hadn't seen them get angry like this before, and they were like, "That is just not fair, Mom. You were just sitting in traffic. You got landed on. Why would you have to pay, to have your car fixed? It wasn't your fault." And I said, "Well, the person whose fault it was totally left the scene, and that's illegal, and they would have gotten in a lot of trouble. But that's not the point. I have to fix my car, right? It doesn't really matter. It's up to me now to fix it." And they kept just saying over and over again, "That is just not fair." And they were just appalled. And my oldest son was like, "You work so hard. You shouldn't have to spend your money fixing that car." And I just kept hearing them say over and over again, "That's not fair. That's not fair." And I said, "You know what, guys? Life isn't fair." And I sort of grew up just sort of believing that if I was a good person and I had a good heart and I did good things, that everything would be okay. But you know what? The truth is that life is not fair. Even if you're a good person, even if you're doing good things, even if you're just sitting in traffic minding your own business. And so I explained to the kids, it wasn't fair that I got the deadliest cancer you can get. I'm just minding my own business, 35 years old, go into the ER for some stomach pain, and boom, my whole life has changed forever. It's not fair that my son is in a wheelchair. It's not fair that my daughter is deaf. It's not fair that my other daughter is blind. It is not fair that our family has had to go through a horrific divorce. It's just not fair. Life is not fair. So I just realized I hadn't really ever talked to them about that, and no one ever talked to me about that. And I think it's something that it's important because it's been hard for me to get over these things that have happened that have not been fair. And I hold on to those things, and I saw my kids just holding on to this anger that I was going to have to pay to fix my car. And so it was just something I thought, needs to be talked about with people. People need to talk about the way that life is not fair. Good things happen, of course, but bad things happen to good people too. And I think we need to prepare our children for that reality, because life just isn't fair. And so that was all I was thinking about, and I thought I would share it with you guys because it's just not fair. And so we've got to be able to take those things that are not fair. You look at the things that are happening in the world right now, between, the baby falling in with a gorilla, the alligator getting the baby, the people who were murdered for no reason at Pulse. Like, you look at these things and you just keep saying, like, life is not fair. But I do believe if you just turn over all those feelings, all those concerns to God, He's the only one that can heal us, and He's the only one that can help us push through when life isn't fair, which is a lot of the time. And it's not just me, it's everybody. Everyone has a story. Everyone has something that they've had to work through that was not fair. So I just realized, it's not something we talk about, and it's not something we teach our kids. And I'm not even exactly sure how to teach our kids that. But what I tried to do is keep reiterating to them, no one got hurt in this accident. Like, that's all that's important. It doesn't matter if I have to pay a $500 deductible. That's like this big. The fact that everyone walked away from that accident without even a headache, like, that's huge. It was a 4-person pile up on the freeway. So, I think the best thing that we can do as parents, and this is the only thing I've come up with, is just to model it. So I just kept smiling. I did not get upset about it. I kept reiterating how great it was that everybody was okay. And I would love to start a discussion about that. If you guys have any ideas about how to teach your children that life isn't fair so that they can get over those bumps in the road as they come, because it's been a hard lesson for me to learn, and I'm in my 30s and just learning it now, and so maybe you have some ideas. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on that, and thanks guys for listening. And now that I have live feed at my house, you'll be hearing more from me. Bye guys.